feel would be helpful in locating that information, because I need to show something that shows that the builder or developer owns that lot while
Yeah.
we're under contract.
So are you using the actual register of deed? Are you in Raleigh? Are you in Wake County?
Yep, I'm in Raleigh, Wake County, so I'll do Wake County or Johnston or Franklin, or I've got them all over the place locally.
Okay, so the register of deeds should be your most accurate source. Like I know in Wake County, they update almost in real time. And if you go in and just enter, like as grantor, the name of the builder, developer, whatever, it should come up as like, instead of as document type, it'll come up as a map instead of like a deed or deed of trust or whatever.
Gotcha.
And then
Okay.
click, and you can sort it by, on the right-hand side, you can sort it. Actually, most of the systems are all the same, but I know Wake County, you hit the right side where the dates are. If you click it, it'll load it by most recent to last. So you can check based on the date where you think it should have recorded. Or if you're waiting for it to record, you can just hit it to refresh to newest or whatever, and you'll see, the newest thing will pop up. But that is probably the most honest and legally correct way of doing it.
Okay.
I wouldn't trust the on-site agent. No, nothing against us. And I definitely wouldn't pay an attorney to do it. It's something you can definitely do yourself, and that way you should be able to produce a copy of the actual map itself. And if you're looking for deed transfers, that would be the same place too, to make sure that they've actually purchased the property. Because locally, I think Brigitte was getting at this with her question too. There have been a lot of situations, and a lot of times you'll read in the back of the bulletin from the commission where, people are transferring stuff that's not recorded, or the owner is not the owner of record when the contract was written. We get into a lot of that here locally for whatever reason. So it's good that you're trying to track it down.
Yeah.
So
And I've never really thought about the maps aspect.
Yeah, just you can actually sort just by maps. But I always look for the deeds too, just to make sure. But oftentimes the builder is building under one name, but they might hold land in another. So you kind of have to work through that too. Like I know right now I represent Mungo. They buy land under Clayton Properties Group. But it's all in the same.
Gotcha.
So it's in their best interest then is to find out what other names that the builder uses in order for them to track it down properly.
Yes. And I will say it's not a big deal right now, but during the downturn, we used to pull deeds of trust when we did contracts, prior to contract and then prior to closing, because we had so many builders that were bankrupt or going bankrupt, that you want to make sure that they weren't borrowing against that property that your client had under contract. Because again, you're dealing with a builder for 6-8 months, a year, whatever. God knows I've had more experiences with builders that will take a draw on a house that's pending or under contract. In 2009, 10, you just want to make sure they had enough equity to close it, and frankly, to pay us. There was, I'm sure Brigitte can tell stories too. 2009, 2010, there was a lot of commissionectomies that occurred at the closing table.
It sure did.
It's like, I know we're under contract at 500, but the builder owes 600 on the house, so we're all going to pitch in. So, Mr. Agent, you thought you were getting 2.5%? How about $500 and a McDonald's value meal? Yeah.
That is true.
So that register of deeds those websites I think are invaluable to us as agents. So the more you spend in there and the more you kind of become accustomed to using it, the better off you are, because so many agents just know, like locally, how to use WakeGov, just do the general real estate search, which only gets you so much information. It doesn't update in real time. The register of deeds updates, as soon as something hits. You can also hit in there the pending documents section, and you can see everything that's stacked up, waiting to record.
Got it. Yeah, I think so. And usually in your experience, what you see, the name as the builder or seller on the contract is usually how it's recorded with register of deeds, and just doing a search on that.
Correct.
Got it.
Yeah, usually if
Got
it like in our situation, like if Mungo, you know, in the contract it says Clayton Properties Group doing business as Mungo Homes. So if you were to search in the deed books for Mungo Homes, nothing might come up. But if you search Clayton Properties Group, everything would come up. So
I
usually
think
it's
that's what I'm
written out
running
there.
into.
Yeah, usually it's written in there somewhere. So just search under both names to see. Or, you know, ask the on-site, say, look, you know, I'm just trying to cross my T's and, you know, dot my I's. You know, do you guys build under a different name or do you take property under a different name? And just see what they say.
Got it.
Great
Well, I
tip.
appreciate it. Yep.
Yeah, good luck.
Thanks, man.
Great tip. All right, Jared, thanks for coming back on and getting that answered for you. So Roger, Makia, and EXP, are you all done? I'm going to log you out, and I hate to log you out because you're gonna have to have a certain permission to come back in next week. So if you're done, if you would just log yourself out, that would be awesome. Okay.
Kind of like herding cats, isn't it, Bridget? You gotta kind of keep track of who's coming and going.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard when they're across the country in different time zones and stuff too. I would imagine it gets confusing
Yeah,
for everybody.
yeah. Every week we have something, you know, very, very, very similar. Let me see here. I'm going to cancel it. Hold a second here. I'm not going to log him out. I am going to put him in waiting, and then that way he can
There you
log
go.
himself out. Yeah, because if I remove them, then they have to ask for
Permission.
permission to come back in next week, and it's just when you're in the middle of a conversation and you're trying to let people in and talk at the same time, you know, and it's
I know.
like so I just put
Well, that's why it popped up on my screen. I was like, wait a minute, do I have to let these people in? It kept flashing. I was like, oh my God, there's like 15 people in the waiting room.
I know, it was crazy. But thank you so much. It was awesome. As you see, they really appreciated that. They really
Yeah, no, it was fun. It's got to. I'm envious of your position. It's got to be cool to hang out with people that are starting in the industry. They're so fresh and so eager to learn.
Yes.
They're not so jaded like the rest of us.
I don't have a bad attitude.
Right.
But yeah, it's awesome. So, you know, I really appreciate it. I'm going to send you a thank you email. I need you to look out for that. It'll probably come from Starbucks. So it's not.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because since we can't get together, you know,
Right.
I have had, you know, people who say, well, I thought that was a scam. Somebody sending me a star. Nobody sent me a star. I'm like, yeah, I did. Can you go back and just click and use that thing there?
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'll send you the PDF so that if you want to send it to everybody, you're welcome to. And if you want to share my info with them, you know, I'm happy with that. I don't care.
Yeah, okay. That'll be awesome. I'll just put your phone number, or would you rather have an email? Let me just put your email address on it because they're from different locations. And so I have that, and then I'll put that on there. And once the recording downloads, I'll send it to you so that you'll have a copy. You can use it for whatever marketing or your own, or if you want to, you know, share it with your wife or family, and you guys can do whatever, you know, with it. That'd be cool.
I'll tell Mongo I spoke to an international group of agents here today, so they'll think I'm big stuff, you know. We had somebody from Canada, so it's technically true.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And you talked to him specifically because he came on and asked the question. So awesome. So that's what I said. We are, you know, just kind of growing organically, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more. I don't really advertise that I do it. There's a larger group, and I do this part of it. And like on Tuesdays, we have summits on marketing, the YouTubes and the TikToks and all of that stuff, just to kind of get yourself known. So we do that on Tuesdays, and then on Fridays we do an accelerator class. So this month of March, we're doing how to take videos of your city so that you can be the agent that knows about the town and do videos and, you know, voiceover and that whole deal. So we do a lot of training. It's about 4 of us, and we try to make sure that everybody is knowledgeable. And, you know, it's also so I can grow my team, because with the brokerage that I'm with now with EXP, I can have agents all over the country. And
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah. And the brokerage is one brokerage. So they're, you know, they have a managing broker in those areas, but then they work under my team. So that's who these people are.
That's cool. That's neat. That's a cool system. EXP is definitely sort of more on the cutting edge of kind of where the industry is going, I think.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I'm just trying to keep up with it, you know, because I'm old school, so I do old school stuff, you know.
Well, that's why I felt stupid. Like, you know, I was thinking about how to do this, and I even ran it by some people at Fonval. I was like, you know, I've asked to do this. Like, what do y'all think? And they're like, yeah, pick up the phone. It's like really good advice, because people, especially these millennials and stuff, they don't. And, you know, it's still old school real estate. Like, you still need to have a conversation.
Exactly.
You need to actually talk to somebody.
Exactly.
And it's like, you know, the more they hear it, I guess maybe it'll sink in, but I don't know. I'm still old school too. You said TikTok, and I was like, I don't know how to do a TikTok if my life depended on it.
And I'm not a dancer. You know, I'm a friendly person, but I am not getting on dance.
You're not getting me to dance either.
No, me either. Me either. But yeah, so you can let your broker in charge see your video. He can say, okay, yeah, you did. So you'll have a copy of it within the next day or so.
Okay, awesome. Well, I appreciate it.
All right, thanks. And hopefully you did join our group so that, you know,
I did.
Okay, then that way, because sometimes there's going to be like a little clip in there, and, you know, somebody might have a question and can respond if you'd like.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Cool deal.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks.
Have a
See you
great
later.
day.
You too. Bye.